Hi, I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for joining me for this 30-minute yoga practice. A couple of things before we get started. One is that I indeed have a yoga mat, but if you are without one, all I ask is that you find a place in your house that isn't too slick and isn't too hard. Perhaps, like myself, you've got a sturdy rug somewhere or a carpeted area. Also be wary of mats that might be slippery, sliding out from underneath you. I want you to be sure-footed as we practice. I've got 2 yoga blocks. A great substitute for those would be 2 thick books. Other things around your house that could be very helpful to your practice are things like a folded blanket or towel for underneath your knees or to sit on. I am known for stealing the cushions off my couch, pillows off my bed. It's fun to use what we've got and make the best of this movement. We'll start today in child's pose, and a little note about child's pose. You might hear hips towards heels. And yes, this could be some of our child's pose. I would say a lot of us will benefit from not needing to bend our knees so much. And a good assist would be to use your block or book or even cushion you just stole from your couch underneath your forehead, and support yourselves a bit with your arms, those of you who are doing this variation of it. A place where we can use this as a turn the arrows of attention inward spot and not be suffering with our knees bent or our low back feeling it too much. You're the expert, I'm the guide, and let's turn our arrows of attention inward for a couple of moments of silence here. Bring yourself onto all fours. If you are someone who used your props, just scoot them off to the side and let's slither onto our bellies. Once we're on our bellies, take your forearms and let them be parallel to the long edges of your mat. Press into the tops of your feet so our legs are not forgotten in this equation. Press into the tops of your feet until your kneecaps lift, and you can actually feel your glutes turn on just a little. Imagine that you're trying to tuck your tailbone under, which won't go very far because the ground is right there. But that's one way to make sure we're not overdoing it in our low back, which if you think about is already doing a back bend. Where we want to place this is in our shoulder blade area where we have a tendency to collapse. Let's think open heart and happy spine as we traction our elbows as if they would move towards our body and move our chest through the gateway of our arms. That's happening in our spine. It's pretty small, but it also feels pretty great. Let your chin stay parallel to the ground. So instead of overdoing it in our neck, which is also already doing a back bend, we have invited our shoulder blades to imprint our spine. It's like we're inviting that rounded place of our middle back into a back bend of happiness. Lower down, place your hands next to your ribs. Instead of winging our elbows out to the side, and you could do that for a moment and notice how that collapses the heads of your arm bones down, point those aerodynamically back behind you and then pretend that you're trying to do your Sphinx all over again. Let's activate our legs, press into the tops of your feet, kneecaps lift. Let's pay attention to not overdoing it in our neck or our low back, so maybe a little bit of a tuck feel to your tailbone. And then traction your hands as opposed to your forearms. And remember, this will lift us forward and up a little bit, but really we're trying to invite our shoulder blades into a back bend party. And if we wing our elbows out, they will start to do what's called protract, and we want them to retract. So shoulder blades are moving towards each other. Think of them as your wings back behind you there. Lower down, curl your toes under. Keep your hands next to your floating ribs, firm in your belly so that we can come to all fours in one chunk. And then once we're on all fours in one chunk, imagine that there's a hook in your tailbone, and we'll take that hook in our tailbone to down dog. Step your feet as wide as your mat. Press into your arms. We're not letting bent elbows and crushed shoulders into ears happen in this equation. So imagine that you're screwing two jars away from each other with your hands, like you're trying to screw the lids off of two jars in opposite directions, and then find the hook in your tailbone, press into your hands, and allow yourself to grow tall and long, even here in a bit of a bow. Walk your feet forward to your hands. We're hip distance and parallel. Glide your hands to your shins and lift your heart, inhale. Slide your hands down, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach thumbs to the sky, a V, and then we'll stand in our mountain with our palms facing out. A little bend to your knees. Try this once. Arms in front of you, thumbs to the sky. Palms are facing each other. Make two giant opposing circles that go away from each other and originate at your shoulder joint. And now settle your arms, backs of your hands alongside your body, palms facing out, as if Sphinx pose were here a part of your stance. An uplifted, happy heart and happy spine. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V shape. Hinge at your hips and place your hands on your thighs. As you press into your thighs, imagine that Sphinx pose has found you here. Sphinx is not your chin, Sphinx is in those shoulder blades. Now, you might hinge a little deeper and slide your hands down your legs, but let's really keep our Sphinx pose in our spine, even as we humbly bow here. Slide your hands back up, lengthen even more, and then bend your knees very deeply and plant your palms flat on your mat. Step back to down dog. You might keep your feet wide. You might be hip distance. I remind you that we're screwing or unscrewing our jar lids in opposite directions. That means inner upper arms are spinning forward. We're lengthening through our spine, uplifting our tailbone towards the sky. And now keep pushing the ground away and bring yourself to a plank position. Then plant your knees down just below where they were in space. Again, not a collapse, so keep pushing the ground away. There's some core work that you'll find here. And even though we're lowering all the way down to our belly, it's like you're pushing the ground away as you come to it. Elbows are against our body, not crushing it, but just alongside. Remember that aerodynamic, not floppy-eared plan we had? Uncurl your toes, and now traction into a cobra pose. You can always go back to Sphinx with your forearms down. Lower down, recurl your toes under in one chunk, bring yourself to all fours, and then find the hook in your tailbone that takes you into down dog. Our hips lift up and back. Walk your feet forward to your hands. We're hip distance and parallel. Slide your hands up, inhale. Glide your hands down, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky, a V. We stand with our arms along our side, just as we did with our opposing circles, and you can always add opposing circles if that was a helpful guide. Inhale, arms out and up, thumbs to the sky, V. Exhale, hinge, hands to thighs, or shins, or ankles. Glide your hands up, inhale, bend your knees, palms go flat, we step back to down dog. Inner upper arms are spinning forward, and then we shift forward, shoulders over wrists, we're pushing the ground away, and we bring our knees to our mat. Keep pushing the floor away even as you lower towards it, and once you're there, uncurl your toes, elbows point behind you in our cobra pose. Lower down, curl your toes under, come through all fours, and then lift your hips up and back, and we make our way to downward facing dog. Once you're here, lift your right leg back behind you and use the velocity to step it forward. You also might use your right hand. While we're down here, grab your two books or blocks and situate them tall on either side of your mat. Heel toe that right foot over to the right. Add bend to your back knee. I like to climb my hands up my thigh and then upright my torso. You might do the same. Arms wide out to the side. Take an interlace behind your back and then tuck your interlace on your right hip. You're also welcome to do this with your back knee, your left knee down on the ground. While we're here, magnetize your elbows towards each other. it gets a bit tricky because we try to do it with our chin, and instead see if you can keep it in that shoulder girdle, so right in your shoulder blade area of your spine. Release your hands to your blocks and eventually to your mat, and step back to down dog. Remember our jar lids, we're unscrewing or screwing in opposite directions. Lift your left leg, use that velocity to step forward. You might need to help it along. We've got our 2 blocks here to get ourselves steady. Step your left foot over to the left, bend your back knee also. I like to walk up my thigh, you don't have to do it that way. And then we will take our arms wide out to the side. That helps with balance. Then we interlace, and let's swap it so the other pinky finger's on the bottom. Don't sweat it if that's a little confusing. And then bend your elbows and tuck that interlace on your left hip. We'll bring a magnetized feeling to our elbows towards each other. And we just try to catch ourselves in our habits that we probably don't even realize we have, like thrusting our chin forward. Chin parallel to the ground. Little opportunity to open up our hearts. Couple moments. Release, maybe hands to blocks on the way down, 2 hands to your mat, and we step to down dog. Stay in down dog, or even bring your knees down and make it a child's pose if you'd like to. Or come with me, shoulders over wrists, bring your knees down on your mat, keep pushing the ground away as we lower all the way down. Elbows point behind you, we bring ourselves into a cobra pose. And then lower down, curl your toes under, come to all fours in one chunk. Lift your hips up and back, and it's down dog. Empty out, walk forward, feet all the way to your hands, slide your hands up, inhale. Glide your hands down, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach, thumbs to the sky, a V, and then we stand with our arms along our sides, and if those opposing circles are helpful, you'll do that. Step out wide, facing the long edge of your mat. If your props threaten to be in the way, you can always scoot those off to the side. I'm going to be aware of where those are. You might do the same. Heels in, toes out. We would like to have a nice vertical line from our knees to our ankles, and we'll take our arms wide out to the side. Straighten your legs for a moment while we organize our arms. Thumbs will face down with your arms wide out to the side, and then a fist bump behind your back might be the best way to go. I caution you once again, there's a tendency for us to throw our chin and dump into our low back, and our objective is to invite our shoulder blade area of our spine to this. Let's stay with our fist bump, which is kind of a nice gesture our own direction, and bend our knees and pause here. A little horse stance or goddess pose, depending on how you like to call it, and an opportunity to feel our collarbones smile and not collapse the heads of our arm bones forward. We'll straighten our legs, pause a moment, release our arms. You might do a second round of fist bump. Who doesn't need a second round of fist bumping? Am I right? Or, thumbs face down, perhaps you whittle a prayer behind your back. I have in my time seen many a struggle to get a prayer that ends up kind of looking like this. So instead, the fist bump would be my choice for you, or the prayer behind your back that allows you to uplift your heart, and then we'll bend our knees again. Let our chin stay parallel to the ground. And enjoy our open heart and happy spine for 3 moments here. Straighten your legs. Release your arms. All toes are facing that long edge of our mat. We will heel toes so that we can move our props for our next little adventure. Take one block or book to each side of the opposite long edge. So we'll continue to let one long edge be the front of our mat, the other one the back of our mat. I don't want things underfoot, so just make sure that they're back there. Arms wide and thumbs to the sky. Once we are arms wide, thumbs to the sky, turn your right leg out so that your right foot is facing that short edge of your mat. Sneak your left heel back at a 45-degree angle. I don't want us to side bend, so I want you to think of lifting this left hip and hinging at this right hip. Reach way out with your right hand. If you must, you are permitted to use your shin, but if you're doing that, make sure you're not pressing into it and hyperextending. A block or a book outside your right foot would be ideal. And then with this left arm, turn your thumb to face down and carefully bring the back of your hand to the small of your back. When you do that, it's not a collapse and a crumble. So we want to maybe even slide it into the crux of our right hip so that we can continue our mission to smile our collarbones in a new shape. 3 moments here. Free your left arm up, firm your belly, put a little bend in that right knee, move your prop off the side of your mat, and then let's turn the whole boat around. So turn your left leg out, that left foot's facing the short edge of your mat, sneak your right heel at a 45-degree angle, arms are wide, we're not side bending, we're reaching way out with that left arm. You might find your shin. I'm a fan of you using your block on the outside of that left foot. Remember, hinge, and then thumb will face down a bit as we bring the back of our right hand to the small of our back, and then Operation Smiling Collarbones is in full effect for side 2 of our triangle pose. Firm through your belly, take a peek down, free this right arm, and put a little bend in your left knee so you can move your prop off the side of your mat. Come on up, turn all toes to face the long edge. One more wide-legged pose here. Turn your right leg out, your right foot's facing the short edge. Sneak your left heel back. We'll have to refine our spacing here. Bend your right knee. If it's going forward of your ankle, make it a wider stance, like I just had to do, front and back. Then we will take our right forearm across our thigh and start there. We're not swinging our hips out behind us. We're hugging that right hip underneath us. And you might be benefited by a block outside your right foot. So maybe some of you use your block. Turn that thumb to face down, back of your hand to the small of your back, or weave that left arm into the crux of your right hip. Operation Smiling Collarbones. And every inhale grows you long through your spine. So we're making certain that this is not turning into a rounding event. This is a heart opening side angle with a half bind. And we have 3 moments here. Free that left arm, firm your belly, look down, move your prop off the side of your mat, come through a warrior 2 and then straighten that front leg, turn all your toes to face the long edge of your mat, turn your left leg out, sneak your right heel at 45 degrees. Hopefully our spacing is pretty okay, but we'll double check. So thumbs to the sky and a deep bend in our front knee, and then it might be left forearm across our thigh. We start there, all of us. Perhaps you trot your block on the outside of your left foot, totally optional, and then we'll weave the back of our right hand to the small of our back, or possibly that arm behind our back, and we find the crux of our left hip. Operation Smiling Collarbones in side angle with a half bind, side 2. Free your right arm up and free your block from underneath your left hand if you've got that. Firm your belly upright to warrior 2, straighten your front leg. All toes turn to the long edge of our mat, and then we heel toe heel toe until we are hip distance and able to make our way to the original front edge of our mat. Let's take that big circle, so thumbs to the sky, from our shoulder joint, a big, huge opposing couple of circles that float our arms along our sides with our thumbs facing behind us. Inhale, arms reach, thumbs to the sky, V. Exhale, hinge and hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, slide your hands down, palms flat, step into downward facing dog. Shift yourself forward, shoulders over your wrists, plant your knees down, and then come all the way down onto your bellies and pause. Once we are here on our bellies, take your arms alongside your body, palms facing down. If you think about it, moments ago we were standing upright and we were basically in this position. To make it even truer to form, let your pinkies be on your mat and your thumbs go to the sky, sort of a hitchhiker arm. Feel that happening at your shoulder joint. So it's not just a flick of your wrist, let it really be coming from that shoulder joint. Low belly is drawing in, tops of our feet are pressing down until our kneecaps lift, and we're feeling almost like we're trying to tuck our tailbone, although the ground's there, so we won't really do that. The action of what's called external rotation, that hitchhiker shoulder, is what I want us to find, especially without a struggle in our neck. These are muscles we want to create and to continue to create. You could take your hands off your mat, just hover those pinkies a little higher, but sometimes having them touch the ground gives you a little bit more of an idea of where you are in space. Release this down, make a pillow with your hands, and windshield wiper your legs side to side gently for a moment. Then once again, arms along our sides, palms facing down. Let's get the pinky action with the thumbs to the sky. You might repeat what we just did or bend your knees, much like the windshield wiper. Go forward and up with your chest. Feel like you're trying to tuck your tailbone. Option, and it's totally optional, if there is prickly stuff happening in your low back, I would not do this option. You might lift your thighs off your mat just a little. That's the posterior chain. It's our back body. It's the muscles that support our spine. It's important to work those muscles as well. And then let's release it down. Bring your hands next to your ribs. With your toes curled under, come to all fours. And then make it child's pose, which is kind of a nice place to be as a counter pose. Remember that you can be forward and on, forehead on your block if that feels better to you. Come into a seated, cross-legged position. So right shin in front of left shin, and instead of it crossing just at the ankles, walk your feet away from each other. So it's like they're trying to situate themselves underneath your knees, and then scoot back a little bit. V shape, arms to the sky. We'll turn to our right and take the back of our left hand on the outside of our right thigh, and then inhale, find that beautiful uplift. Your open heart and your happy spine in this twist. We'll come back through center, V shape, turn to our left, back of our right hand to the outside of our left leg, and then it's our left hand back behind us. We'll inhale and grow tall, and then exhale, just encourage our way into our twist. Unwind, waggle your legs out in front of you, and when we recross, allow the left shin to be in front of your right shin, and remember we're walking those so that we situate ankles underneath knees. We'll scoot back just a little bit. Interlace your hands behind your back like we did before, and now just press that interlace into the ground. I'm a big fan of using the feedback of the ground, lying down or doing what we're doing right now. And then take that interlace to your right hip, and let's bring our elbows towards each other, and just see if you start to, like I just did, round forward, and instead use this as an opportunity for Operation Smiling Collarbones. Take that interlace, re-interlace, other pinky on the bottom, and then we'll place it on our left hip and magnetize our elbows towards each other and see if there can't be a smile. Release this, extend your legs out in front of you, either feet together, or I'm a fan of hip distance. We've got all this length through our spine, so it would be a shame if we just folded like this and crumbled. Take your 2 tall books or blocks, place them on either side, and as you walk them forward, hinge and envision that we are back on our bellies doing our back bends that we did there. So really think of a back bend of the shoulder blade area, even though there is a little bit of a fold going on, or maybe especially because there is. And then we'll stay in this stretch for a full minute of silence. Bring yourself upright, scoot your props off the side, out of the way, lie down on your back with your knees bent, your feet are hip distance. Take your arms on the ground overhead and then lift your hips up. A little easy bridge for a moment and lower yourself back down. Scoot your hips over to the right. Let your knees spill over to the left, and if it feels good to you to cross your right knee over your left knee, then maybe you add that bit. Come through center and now scoot your hips to the left. Let your knees spill over to the right, maybe left knee over right knee. Come back down the middle. With your palms to the sky, shimmy your shoulder blades so that they are moving towards each other. And then just place your palms down, but keep that same hitchhiker action happening in your shoulders. Lift your hips up for a bridge, easy, breezy, so we're not going too crazy with this. And then when you lower down, allow things to feel spacious. Once again, turn your palms to the sky and either stay like this or extend one leg straight and then the other. For our Shavasana final meditation, if it's comfortable, close your eyes. If it's not, soften your gaze and let's rest and digest. You're welcome to stay here in your final Shavasana meditation for as long as you'd like. If it's time, let's give ourselves a stretch, collect our knees into our chest and roll carefully to either side. We'll come up to a comfortable seat. In our comfortable seat, let's take an interlace and press that into the ground. I do this often when I'm sitting at my desk. It's a very helpful tool, and I catch myself in that slump a lot. You might too. Then when you place your palms up or down on your thighs, let that smile carry on. I hope it bleeds into your day, in fact. I'm Andrea. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I look forward to us doing this again together soon.